I always look so silly with that mask on. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? All right. We're back, baby. We're back. So literally right now, your body is using so much energy to digest your food. So this is a leadership challenge. How do I get my brain to function as all the energy is being pulled from it to digest my food? So we'll see how we do. But like Steve said, and let's give it up for Steve and everybody involved real quick. Come on. Let's give it up for all the other speakers so far. Come on, energy. All right. Coming to you, all right. Perfect. So, and also shout out to Mr. Wolford. I actually went to college with Mr. Wolford, so he is here to verify I'm not full of garbage when I'm talking about how I pretty much wasn't that much of a leader back in the day. So he can verify. So a little background on me now. I'm a husband and father. That is my happy place. That is where my ultimate challenge always resides, is that how can I be the best leader at home for my family? I'm top 6% in the world at what I do. I started in my grandma's basement with $18 in my checking, 50 grand in student loan debt. Thank you, Notre Dame College. Well, I'll get more into why I got so much student loan debt. But ultimately, I was just living in my grandma's basement. I could not find a job. So raise your hand if you're unsure of what career you'll end up in. Raise your hand. You know for sure. What career are you going to be in? Doctor? All right, and you got the tie already, so very good. So give it up. You'll be a doctor, come on. There we go. I love the tie. I love the tie. So in case you're like me, where you're like, hey, I'll figure it out. Question, do leaders just figure it out? Is that like their plan of attack? Oh, just figure it out, bro. No big deal. Let's figure it out. So don't just figure it out. So I was in grandma's basement, couldn't find a job. So what happened was, and this is my verification with Mr. Wolford, I took 0 finance classes, 0 business classes, 0 accounting, 0 anything that I do for a living now. So I went from literally knowing nothing to being a leader in what I do. So not only the best in the area, but best in the world. So my challenge to you is don't get caught up in like, I don't have experience. I don't have the resume yet. Just if you see an opportunity, go get it. And the 2 key ingredients for me has always been love others. So I dare you to love my clients as much as I do. I will fight for them harder than anybody. And the second thing is I'm willing to outwork the competition. You're smarter than me. I get that. You're better than me. I get that. But you will not outwork me. So rewind the clock. Then, all right, so I'm the oldest of 4 boys. I was homeschooled till 7th grade, so life was pretty crazy for a while. I transitioned into middle school. Same deal. I didn't have a leadership mentality. I had a follower mentality. I basically went to school thinking, how do I fit in? And I just went around, I was like, you want to be my friend? You be my friend? You be my buddy? Who wants to be my buddy? Anybody be my buddy? Yeah, you my buddy. I got some buddies. Give it up for buddies. Give it up for buddies. Come on. All right. We need buddies. But friendships, buddies, networking, it's all good as long as you are staying true to yourself. My problem was, it created a lot of problems down the road for me, was people knew me for what they thought I was, not who I actually was, because I was trying to just fit in. Also, anybody long distance runners in the room at all? Long distance runners? Yeah, give it up. Yeah. You'll never understand us, and that's the point. So for me, I was trying to lose weight for football, so in middle school started running track, and then they kept telling me I couldn't beat this kid, Marcus, and I was like, that sounds like a challenge. So I just kept running and running and running and running, and ended up by the end of high school, got a college scholarship, didn't cover everything, obviously, so I had some student loans, but broke 2 school records, was captain on the team, but where I became a leader, again, was somewhere where I had no intention. So always keep that in mind. You can be a leader in anything you want to, but you have to have super diligent focus and planning to control what you can control and be able to, again, love others and work harder than anybody. So, and again, it begins with you. You can't lead others if you're not leading yourself first. So, all right, participation, here we go. Repeat after me. I dare you All right, all right. To take one idea. Come on, from the gut. And put it into action. So James doesn't cry. Thank you. All right. So ultimately, pop quiz in the DC hoodie. What's your name? I can't hear, sorry. Amara? That's a cool name. Give it up for Amara. Woo! All right, pop quiz. Who makes Amara's decisions? It feels like that sometimes, right? Stupid mom, making my decisions. Gosh, teachers always making my decisions for me. I'm my own man. So, reality check. Who makes her decisions? For real. Her, right? Leaders, like everybody else, make their own decisions, but they own it. If you mess up, is that okay? Yes, it's okay if you fail. I'm really good at failing. I'm the best at it. So, remember, leaders own their decisions. They base their life mission on their actions, not their intentions. So if I intended to show up today, like how could I help anybody, right? If my intent, so Steve's here is like, I intend to show up, but nah, I really want to catch up on Netflix. Fortnite, is Fortnite still cool? Is it? No? Okay, all right. Oh, man. It was cool last year. All right, so ultimate, remember, what we call reasons, other people call what? Excuses. Say it, repeat after me. Excuses. Do leaders make excuses? No. They own their actions. You cannot move forward. You can't help lead others, and you can't fix any problem that exists in the world if you won't admit your role in it. If you won't embrace the decision-making and what needs to come next, you can never move forward. All right, so leadership is a choice. Again, that's it. You can call leadership whatever you want, but it's simply a choice, and it's every single day. Right now, trying to pay attention is like, oh, the pizza, so good, so hard to focus right now. Come on, leadership. Come on, leadership. So remember that leadership is a choice. So first thing, is there an age requirement to be a leader? No. Oh my goodness, you can lead right now? I feel like I'm leaving that corner out. How's it going? You guys good? What's up? What's up? All right, hello. So there's no age requirement. I need 2 volunteers. So can I get you 2 at the end right here? Come on, hurry up. Hurry, hustle. Hustle, sir. All right. So you're going to get a diploma, a degree, and your LinkedIn profile, and you're going to get a resume and a business card. So, all right, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex?
Steven.
I give it for Alex and Steven! Woo! Participation. All right, so, pop quiz. Is the person more powerful than the piece of paper that represents you? So when you are a doctor, my friend, and you're still rocking that sweet tie, is it the fact that he got a degree as a doctor, or because he's the awesome person that he is? Awesome person, right? And we're going to prove that right now. So we're going to count to 3 together, and I want you to rip that piece of paper in half and prove your awesomeness is better. So, all right, count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah! Give it up! All right. Here you go. All right, you guys are good. Thank you. Thank you. You have a seat. There's a sweet book on leadership I wrote. You really have to work hard to pay attention to that one. So, all right, very cool. Another thing is, so when you're making, so every second of every day, you're forced with thousands of decisions. Cell phones going off, social media, the internet, whatever. You have to remember, has everybody been through kindergarten, right? We made it this. What are some of the things they teach you in kindergarten? ABC's. What do they teach you about how to treat others? Treat them fair, share. Do they tell you be mean? Fight over stuff. Make fun of each other. No. When in doubt, all right, time out, stay with me. When in doubt, leaders always rely on kindergarten ethics. Do the right thing because it's the right thing, and there's no other reason that you need. So with our team, when we're faced with a tough decision, we break a leg. Anybody heard the term break a leg? Okay. No, if you haven't talked to the last speaker, right? Break a leg, performing arts. So I'm not schooled enough on that. So talk to her about break a leg. I'm sure there's a way cooler story behind it. But for me, how I remember break a leg is I need to break my logic. Do you overthink decisions sometimes? Okay? You know it's the right decision, but if I think hard enough, I won't have to do it because I'll make up some reason or excuse as to why I'm going to do something else. So break your logic. Don't overthink things. The E is your emotion. Have you ever been furious with somebody? Oh, I can't stand you. Can't stand you, bro. How did that turn out? You ever get mad at someone and yell at them? No, never. Is it a good result when you act on your anger? No, it's not. It is not okay. I tell my 2.5-year-old, JJ, it's okay to be angry. It's not okay to act on it. But then I have to stand up in the mirror and say, okay, James, self, it's okay to be angry. It's not okay to act on it. This is something, again, I struggle with. So your emotions can cloud your judgment when you're trying to make the correct decision. So you break your logic, you break your emotion, and you break through to your gut, to your instinct. You all know what the right thing to do is, right? We've all been through kindergarten. We know what's right is right and wrong is wrong. So always listen to yourself. Your truth will always be right. So, moving on. There's 3 pillars that we live by. Again, this is the stuff that we've come up with over time when it comes to being leaders, but also, too, when we're planning with our clients, we're on different boards of directors in the community. So when we're planning, there's 3 pillars. There's life, love, and legacy. So life is what have you been through. So all of your different schools, you've had different experiences. Do we tend to hide some of our experiences maybe because we're embarrassed of them? Yes. So you got to understand what you've been through makes you stronger. What you've been through makes you unstoppable. And because you've made it here, means you can make it through anything to get to the next step. Where's my middle schoolers in here? Raise your hand. Middle school, give it up. Yeah. Where's my high schoolers at? Raise your hand. Yeah. Where's all my old people like me? Yeah. Wisdom. Understand. So middle schoolers, if you could go back and tell your elementary school self all the things you learned, would that be a good thing? Yeah. Is there a lot of things you want to tell your past self? Be like, don't talk to Freddie like that. Don't use your logic. Don't use your emotion, right? You want to go back. Give yourself some tips. High schoolers, if you could go back and talk to your middle school self and help you get through some very tough times in high school, would you? People are just saying no just to be funny, but it's not. You're hurting my feelings. Always understand. You got yourself here. You can get yourself through anything. Life is not going to get easier. I wish I could tell you that. But push through. It gets a lot more fun. Next is love. So life, what have you been through? Love. Who's it all for? So for me, right now, every single day, every single action, I have to account for JJ, my 2-year-old, Julia, my baby girl, and my wife, Erica. That's who it's for. Every single decision has to bank on what will happen to them, because can you be successful and unhappy? Can you be successful and alone? So a lot of times people just get so focused on their success and being a leader and helping everybody else that they forget about the people they truly care about. So understand, when you're making your leadership choices, your leadership decisions, always tie it to what have you been through? I can get through this. How do I take my past failures and learn from them and turn into success? Who's it all for? Sometimes it's hard to get inspired for yourself. For me, it's very hard to get inspired for myself. I am so excited. I've been excited since we scheduled this event to be here for you. This is exciting for me. Last thing, Legacy. How do you want to be remembered? So this is something where you just started the school year. By the springtime, your teacher that you have now, or teachers, they're going to remember you by your choices, by your actions, by your decisions. 10, 20 years from now, so I'm going to call Mr. Wolfert. One of you is going to be like, hey, I want to get into finance. I want to get into business. I want to talk to that James guy. He was weird up on stage, but I think he knows what he's doing. I'm going to call Mr. Wolfert. I'm going to say, tell me about them in the classroom. What decisions did they make? What choices did they make? Every single day is an interview for your future self and the opportunities. I spent a lot of money, thousands of dollars on degrees, diplomas, certifications, read over hundreds of leadership books. But legacy, how you want to be remembered, that's the end-all, be-all. And you have to be able to attach yourself now. You have to see the doctor you are, right? You have to see what you are, what you're made of, what you were meant to be. So, super serious now, super high-tech. This is the one thing that I found works for me. Again, leadership, think outside the box. Anything goes. Drum roll. Yeah! $4 on Amazon. This is my future self wig. Hopefully my future self has hair. My wig officially has more hair than I do now. So, again, whatever works, think outside the box. I will tell you two things that happened in the last 2 years for me. First off, I looked in the mirror and I said, future James, what do you regret? Feeling like a crazy person talking to myself in the mirror. I accept that. I'm fine. I'm cool with it. But what came to me was, I wish I spent more time with my family. Going back to that opening slide, what is the happiest place on earth for me? My family, at home. So last year, it did not happen overnight, but last year, about a year into it, I always give my wife updates on how the business is doing, everything. I'm like, we're exactly where we need to be, we're growing. And her comment to me was, and you've been home way more. And so externally, I'm like, yeah, you know, just what I do. Internally, I'm like, yes! James gets a win for once. All right. So, if you're going to get married, you'll understand a little more. But changed my life, gave me my family back. Second thing, all right, self, what do you regret? What do you regret, future self? What came to me was, I wish I would have ate better. I wish I would have taken care of myself. Mr. Wolfert knows I was running 100 miles a week in college. Now my hip won't let me run 100 meters, but it's okay. We'll get a new one day. So for me, I've lost 40 pounds since that day. I've eaten more vegetables in the last 2 years than I probably ate in the previous 2 decades. I do yoga every morning, I meditate, and I exercise. So, whatever it takes, if it's buying a $4 wig on Amazon, well, you have this crazy random idea. Whatever it takes, it's not about anything other than who you know you were meant to be. Tie yourself to your legacy, how you want to be remembered, and understand the people in this room, they're your fellow leaders that want to go there with you. There's a lot of people in life that will want, unfortunately, to hold you back. Do not let them. Seek out good people. Last thing I'm going to close on. There is one line that defines my entire existence in the poem called Success by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And the line goes, to know one life has breathed easier because you lived. This is to have succeeded. So my challenge to you is to go out, go back to your schools, find your leadership buddy, find a leadership mentee, be their mentor. Make someone's life a little bit easier because you lived, but more importantly, because you led. Thank you.